And time is up for the countdown. Ahoy! Welcome. My name is Ike. This is Switzerland Play It with the daily news. Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern. I'm gonna be angry a little bit, maybe, who knows. About game news, some pop culture stuff like movies and shows too. But I try to keep my focus on gaming, video gaming. Ahoy, Eden! With an explosive emote and an aubergine, an eggplant. Not sure what she wants to tell us with that. And Hilljack, ahoy. Pong review or I'm out. Well, then I have to say bye. I mean, it's not about reviews here, not at all. It's about them news, TAGN, the angry game news every day, like I said, 10 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. And let's not waste time. I have a few news, not a lot today. And I have to bring all those to you in about an hour. That's how long this show usually runs. Okay, let's get it going. Why didn't I scroll up in this one? Peak Devs really did not expect to sell 2 million copies in 9 days. Say they're now looking into possible updates for their hit that started as a stupid jam game. It seems like people are enjoying this one. It reminds me a lot of Chained. This is one game, multiplayer game, where you are being chained to other players and you have to work together to get to a peak. That reminds me a lot of that, and it seems to be beloved by people. It's a fun game, it seems. I haven't played it yet, and I don't intend right now to play it either. Indie co-op climbing game Peak has reached a new sales milestone of 2 million copies, and developers Landfall and AgroCrab are now looking into possible updates after an amazing launch. Peak managed to exceed our expectations of player count and hype be like a lot. Landfall Games and AgroCrab, collectively Landcrab, say in a news announcement on Steam, which includes the latest numbers. The game has, at the time of writing, climbed up to become the 3rd top seller on Steam globally. I should have checked how much does it cost though. Let's see, Peak, about $8 maybe, 7.20 Swiss francs. So it should be about $8, maybe $7 only, who knows. So it's a cheap game, and it seems to be liked though a lot by the community, by the game community that is, as usual. AgroCrab was already stunned at the success Peak has had a few days ago when it announced its stupid game jam had sold 1 million copies in 6 days and outsold its brilliant take on the Souls-like genre, another Crab's treasure. It's the now doubled that number in half the amount of time, living up to its very positive rating on Steam. To thank players for the positive reception, Landcrab confirms the developers are now looking into possible updates for the game. It's very early stage, it adds on Steam, stating that it won't be sharing exact details on what to expect yet. We are still prioritizing bug fixes and stability first, the developers confirms. Some things which are definitely in the works for Peak are localization and merch. Landcrab calls the latter another thing we didn't really expect to do, but says it is looking at some pretty great things. That can mean anything, I don't know, some plushies maybe, possible, some pins, who knows. As for any major content, Landcrab says the teams don't know how many updates there will be or when they'll be ready. Since we are 2 studios who have other projects to work on, and games, take time to make. AgroCrab might have been a bit tongue-in-cheek when it called Peak a stupid jam game. But the devs revealed it really was developed over a month-long game jam in South Korea in an interview with PC Gamer. So they just made this game in a very short amount of time and sell it for cheap, but it is beloved. 2 million copies in 9 days. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty amazing, I have to say. So you roughly can take like half of that Steam revenue, meaning what, like $4, maybe $3.50, 2 million copies, and you have revenue 6, 7, maybe $7.5 million US for a game you didn't intend to be that successful. Really, that's good for you, man. I'm happy for you. I'm still not super interested in the game though. People might be interested in that because for some reason, many think that is the best Spider-Man trilogy ever made. I mean, it was for a long time the only trilogy, but whatever. The original Spider-Man trilogy is returning to the theaters with an extended cut. Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy is swinging back into theaters starting September 26th. Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man journey is hitting the big screens again as part of Fathom's Entertainment's Fathom fan favorite special event in collaboration with Sony Pictures. Spider-Man 2002 will hit theaters not only on September 26th, but also on October 3rd. Spider-Man 2.1 Extended Cut will make its theatrical debut on September 26th, 7th, and October 4th. With the film getting a gorgeous 4K upscale, followed by 2007 Spider-Man 3 on September 28th and October 5th. Ahoy, Folsom! So are they putting the Twin Towers scene back in? I'm pretty sure they are not going to delete that. If it's the original cut, it should be in there, right? Maybe? I don't know. Maybe. Go to the theaters. That's all I can tell you. Spider-Man 2.1 was previously only available on DVD in 2007. The extended cut includes 8 extra minutes of in-depth plot development with scenes that drove home Harry's hatred for Spider-Man. Mary Jane Watson being challenged by a friend over her decision to get married, Dr. Octopus introduction, and more. Ray Knott, Fathom Entertainment's chief executive officer, spoke about the celebration, calling attention to the power of fandom and the long-lasting impact that Raimi's Spider-Man had on the film industry and paving the way for the modern superhero movie experience. I mean, paving the way, I'm not sure about that because X-Men was a little bit earlier, and X-Men was also a Sony production though. Big success, a big success. You know, X-Men, the very first one in the year 2000. You know, maybe it helped, yes, but it was not paving the way. I don't think so, at least. The success of Spider-Man in 2002 helped launch the modern era of Superman films. Yeah, that's true. It helped. To this day, Tobey Maguire's take on Spider-Man resonates across generations. Said not in a press release from Fathom Entertainment. At Fathom Entertainment, we celebrate fandom, and I am delighted that Spider-Man 2.1 in 4K will make its theatrical debut, a true gift for longtime fans and thrilling discovery for new ones, and so on and so forth. Are you excited about that? I don't care too much because the movies were for me okay. For some reason, I can't tell you exactly why, I don't like Sam Raimi. That's all I can tell you. They took it out of the original. The movie was released after 1911. That's true, yeah, but the whole thing played like earlier. I mean, maybe they're gonna be ballsy and put them towers back in. Wouldn't that be something? That would make headlines, a lot of headlines, and probably give the movie even more success. The re-release in theaters might be not a bad choice to do. I don't know if that's a good choice, but probably it is because it was a success for Disney. Disney just announced a Lilo and Stitch sequel is happening. Everyone's favorite blue furry alien is coming back for more shenanigans in Hawaii. Lilo and Stitch 2 is officially in the works at Disney. And I think we just check out this short little teaser or announcement teaser more. It's not going to tease anything of a future movie, really. We see the little Stitch here in a pink car. I don't know why it has to be pink. Probably for the little girls.
Get ready!
Because it's mainly for kids. I would wonder if it might be only mainly for little girls, like boys not super into Lilo and Stitch. I enjoyed the first original movie, you know. I found it back then, actually.
Stitch want!
In development. There you have it. When it will come, who exactly knows? But the first one, the live-action first one, made about 1 billion in the box office, so it's not a real surprise. It's not really a surprise to anybody that that Disney is gonna try make more money with this franchise. And I don't blame them. They need all the money, but F Disney anyway. I would say F Disney anyway. Don't F this one, because this is like a little nice game, joyful enjoymentful game. Is that even a word? Is that even a phrasing? I don't know. Cat Quest 3 Tavern Tales update out now, patch notes. So Cat Quest 3 got already an update. It was released about, what, 3 months ago, 4 months ago, if even. Was a success because it's just a relaxing game. It's just a game you can sit down and just relax. A little bit RPG with your beloved cat character there. Very, very relaxing. It's a well made, it's nothing offensive. It has all the cat and purr puns in it, you know. And now it got an update with new missions. In the tavern, you can go get some unique missions and all that. I just wanted to point that out because why not give fans of something that was successful, that didn't upset people really, more for their money? There you have it. Cat Quest 3, Tavern's Tales, more missions for you. It's pretty much just the same bosses you're already beaten, with some caveats, meaning they have new abilities, new attacks and all that. It's a little bit mixing in new elements in the boss fight itself, which makes it a different difficulty. The Steam Summer Sale is live. Here are 10 deals we love from the biggest Claire Obscure Expedition, 33 discount yet to 50% off Lies of P and Dragon Age the Whale Guard. So Steam Summer Sales finally here too. Go get some games if you have more money than you need for your hobby, your gaming. Steam has just launched the summer sale. I just find it stupid that Games Radar here tries to sell still Dragon Age the Whale Guard. Despite, like, everybody with a brain calls it Dragon Age the Fail Guard for a reason. But yeah, Steam Summer Sale started. Go get some goodies, everybody. Thanks for the inspiration, Henry Cavill. Viral FPS, Metroidvania riffs on an iconic Mission Impossible moment to introduce its beefed up boss. I'm just gonna read here for you. Nobody probably really paid attention to this IP. One of the bosses in the upcoming first-person shooter Metroidvania Mouse P.I. for Hire was inspired by Henry Cavill's portrayal of Mission Impossible's Fallout antagonist August Walker. Mouse P.I. for Hire is one of the more original-looking shooters on the horizon. Shorting an aesthetic that looks like it hitched a ride on one of those anthropomorphic steam trains all the way back to 1929. It's definitely one way to get some attention on what appears to be a genuinely inventive FPS Metroidvania hybrid. Ah, long phrases here, fucking hell. Even beneath its golden age cartoon surface. Anyway, developer Fumi Games revealed a new mouse PI for hire boss in a brief Twitter clip today, and in so revealed Cavill's yoked antagonist as the main inspiration. Meet Reginald Shingler, just one of the bosses you'll meet in Mouse PI for Hire, reads the tweet. Thanks for the inspiration, Henry Cavill. The clip shows Reginald doing a similar arm shuffle to August Walker in the 2018 action film Mission Impossible Fallout, not to mention sporting as a similar hairstyle and bulging bicep. So let's check it out. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you can see it. I wouldn't have spotted it. Oh, Godzilla looks like Cuphead shooter. Yeah, it's a little bit different. So what they mean in this one is, come on. Oh, my mouse just froze. Battery ran out of juice. Holy crap. Just when I try to click on pause. That's one thing I don't like with my G703 here. Dude, just get in there, will ya? What's your problem? Okay, we're back. So in the movie Mission Impossible, he does like this shaking up, like more like this, like losing your joints a little bit to prepare for the fight. That's what Henry Cavill does in the movie. And since that moment, he does that in other movies too, by the way. So that's now become kind of a signature movement with his arms. So just losing his arms a little bit and preparing for a fight. And I don't know, man. I don't see it here. Should we make it full screen? I mean, they admit it was an inspiration, but and the hairstyle too. Yeah, they say it's inspired by that, but maybe they didn't want to get too close to that, just to not piss off Henry Cavill. He wouldn't be pissed off. He would be honored. Henry Cavill is one of those guys who would have loved that stuff, actually. And it was not in the script, this movement. Henry Cavill just came up with that. And they liked it and kept it in the movies. The idea is interesting, but I don't really care for those super old cartoon art style. To each their own. I'm a little bit interested. Since I saw the very first little teaser, very first clips on X, it's now maybe a year ago already. I saw the first one. I was intrigued a little bit because it has this very unique cartoonish style. But it's a first-person shooter. You have multiple weapons, you have boss fights, you have a little platforming. You can jump from tree to tree and stuff like that. Might be interesting. Who knows though, but the developer keeps us updated with little pieces here and there, with stuff like that. If it wasn't instantly recognizable visually, you'll probably remember Mouse PI for Hire for going viral on TikTok and elsewhere in 2023, after its lead programmer started posting gameplay videos online. Although Mouse PI for Hire has nothing to do with the Mickey Mouse intellectual property, much of its more recent marketing has coincided with the historic transfer of the IP to public domain, almost certainly helping bolster Mouse PI for Hire Hire's virality. The game is due to out on PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, Switch 2, and PC in 2025. Someday this year. Someday this year, who knows? One main attraction of today's news is this piece here. I don't know if it's going to be successful. Ahoy haste! Good morning to you too. Sony sued in Netherlands over Sony tax and its perceived monopoly on digital sales. Sony is being sued in Dutch class action lawsuit over artificially inflated prices on the PlayStation Store. The lawsuit has been filed by Dutch non-profit organization Stichting Massachade and Consument on behalf of 1.7 million Dutch PlayStation users. That's a little bold, just on behalf of everybody. Maybe some people like to be ripped off. I don't know. The organization has accused Sony of abusing its dominant position in the console market for at least a decade, according to a press release shared with Eurogamer. Due to the increased prevalence of digital sales and digital-only consoles, the organization claims Sony has a monopoly over digital sales, what it has dubbed as Sony tax. The lawsuit is part of an organization's Fair PlayStation campaign, which it launched in February and attracted over 20,000 participants in the first week. Many people have noticed they are increasingly being pushed towards digital-only consoles since the arrival of the latest PS5 generation, said Lucia Melkernd, chair of Stichting and Massachade and Consumer. I try to make it sound Dutch. I have no idea, really. These consoles work exclusively with the digital games rather than the physical disc, yet economic research shows that consumers pay on average 47% more for a digital version of a game compared to an identical physical copy, even though Sony's distribution costs are significantly lower. Which is true, but the problem is market and like consumption, right? It's free market. In April this year, Sony raised the price of its PS5 console once again in multiple countries, including the UK across Europe. Now the PS5 digital edition costs £40 or €50 more, which Sony blamed on the backdrop of a challenging economic environment, including high inflation and fluctuating exchange rates. Which, I mean, I don't blame Sony for stating that, and it's pretty much the truth, because we had like inflated prices, especially since the scamdemic, since it started in 2020, you know, the prices have gone all up on everything, because that's just how it is, man. If you have a system that is built on interest rates, and that you have to pay that money back actually with your whole nation, with everybody's money they accumulate to a central bank that is mostly actually private. That's how it goes. You're going to have higher prices over time, no matter what you do, really. And Sony just doesn't want to pay for themselves for everything, for the people's enjoyment, you know? I don't blame them really in that regard. How much they are going to profit from that, I don't know, but we're going to see, I guess. The fact that Sony dares to raise prices by double digits without offering anything meaningful in return speaks volumes, said Melkernd. Sony is the sole provider of digital content on the world's most popular gaming console, with more than 80% of Dutch console owners using a PlayStation. Sony is free to make decisions with little regard for competitors, developers, or consumers. That they have monopoly on their system, yeah, well, what can I say, man? It's pretty obvious. It's fucking pretty obvious. Just the same way you don't have on Xboxes, like the console, the hardware, no Steam store, really, right? It's not really a surprise there. Also, it's also not Sony's fault, really, that people like Sony's PlayStation more than Switch and more than the Xbox. It's not their fault if they make a product that people like. What can I say, man? I don't like price pushes, you know. I actually hate it, but that's just the reality of things. The same goes for the Nintendo's eShop. You don't see You don't see their fucking Steam or Epic Store or whatever. You just don't see it there. Would this campaign go against Nintendo too? Or is it just maybe a hatred involved in this against Sony? I have no idea. Could be. Who knows? In the summons sent to Sony by Stichting Massagade and Consumer, there are two core accusations: the exclusion of competition and the exploitation of consumers and game developers. The organization claims PlayStation players are entirely dependent on Sony and its prices due to its closed ecosystem, while developers have limited commercial freedom with Sony setting prices. That's probably not true. The last part is probably very untrue. I don't think Sony can demand any prices on behalf of the publisher or the developer, really. That's the developer and that's the publisher itself. So if you have, just as an example, if you have maybe 2K as the publisher, yeah, right? 2K Games as the publisher, and who makes for 2K Games? Doesn't matter, and just another developer makes for 2K the games, and 2K is the publisher. They decide how high the price actually being. They also have to keep in mind the license fee for Sony, the storage, the store fee, and the storage fee on their servers for the game and all that, and include that in the prices, you know. So blaming only Sony here seems for me like a lost cause, to be honest. I don't think it's going to be successful at all. It might be like going for years and years, maybe a whole decade, and Sony finally agrees with them on certain issues when the PlayStation 5 is already at its end of the life cycle. Just as a little member berry here, we had kind of similar issues with Microsoft and the Internet Explorer back then in Windows XP times. And this whole issue with the European commissions and all that went on for 1.5 decades almost. And the end result was like, okay, Microsoft is not allowed anymore just to push only Internet Explorer on every system. And at the end of Windows XP and Windows 7 Vista eras, they had to include a pop-up about browsers, and you could choose other browsers too. But that went on for 1.5 decades. So I think that might be a very lost cause, and Sony is not going to sweat it. They're just going to drag it and maybe pay a fine after a decade. Who knows? Like 1 million euros, and they are out of it. And the next generation has to be maybe another lawsuit. Who knows? I mean, I find it okay. I think it's okay to point it out by this campaign, but I think it's a lost cause. 2K will sell an $80 game with loot boxes. Yeah, and Sony is fine with that as long as Sony gets their probably, I don't know about that for sure, 30% cut like industry standards, you know. Epic Game Store will take the same cut. Steam takes the same cut. Apple Games takes probably the same cut. I don't know who else is big out there as a front store. Probably even GOG takes 30%, you know. It's just normal. And again, it's not Sony's fault that they are more successful than other consoles. What can I say? A first hearing will take place later this year. The lawsuit follows a legal claim made in the UK in 2022. So it's already 3 years ago, like this whole start. By ex-managing director of which UK, Alex Neil, filed with the Competition Appeal Tribunal. It claimed Sony was in a breach of competition law due to a 30% commission on digital games and in-game purchases. the thing is with this take, this percentage, 30% take, Sony will claim that's industry standard. That's just industry standard. And if Sony has to change, Sony will demand the whole industry has to change. What that means is the whole industry is gonna get on this issue together and fight it. Because Epic for sure doesn't want to lose their cut on any games they are releasing on their Epic store. Steam for sure, the biggest online store for games, for sure is gonna fight that too. And they together have a lot of power. So good luck, maybe. Doesn't make the games for us cheaper at the end. I'm sure of that, no matter what's gonna happen. I'm pretty sure about that. The lawsuit was given the go-ahead in 2023, and earlier this year was given the green light to proceed to trial. If I can buy physical, I do. That's the best deal, I guess. Question is, how physical are those games today? I remember Duke Nukem Forever. I got the physical, but it still needed, no matter what, Steam. You had to activate it online. You had to download additional little pieces of software for a physical game. 2011, Duke Nukem Forever. Fortnite recently returned to iOS devices in the US and Europe following a lengthy battle between Epic and Apple over the latter's restrictions on purchasing methods. Meanwhile, last year, Microsoft settled a lawsuit from players attempting to block its acquisition of Activision Blizzard due to a perceived monopoly over the industry. Yeah, they still got it. They still got it. And their monopoly, Microsoft's monopoly, having all kinds of studios and developers is even crazier today. So what do you think? Is this going to succeed in anything for the consumer, for the customer? I don't think so. Still get extras like a guide, a map, or other stuff. Physical is just better. In today's time, physical, I don't think you get a lot of extras. Maybe if it's the deluxe version of a physical game. I don't think today's game sales are like that amazing anymore. You know, I am one of those guys. I remember back in the days, you got like for PC the big card box, right? It had all kinds of stuff in it, usually. The CD, the case, sometimes a bigger manual, sometimes little extras like a pin or something, just in standard editions, you know? Just in standard editions. I worked in a game store. I mean, I worked in the computer department, but we were like split into games and PC hardware and accessories. And I saw a lot of games, and some like special editions were amazing, beautiful, made and all that. And it had like the worth of it. You were more willing to spend on those games back then. And since the games were like released in the DVD case, those extras, it was physical, those extras got less and less and less, you know. At one point, it became, I can't point it exactly a time period. Maybe in the 2008-ish, 2009-ish, those 2 years, that became a standard for games, just DVD cases. And it's for the manufacturer better and easier to produce and easier to distribute, you know. Less weight, less space taken, you can ship more units out. That has all a factor in it. I'm not a big fan of discs anymore. I used to be big into physical. That's a little surprise there, Haste. But then again, I don't really buy very many games, new games. With my physical games, I install no disc patches. I mean, disc patches were always a thing, since I remember at least. You know, back in the days, I got my magazines for patches, like 99% of all other people too. You go to the kiosk, to a newsstand, get the newest fucking issue of your favorite game magazine for the disc too, you know. Oh, look at all those patches. Oh, yeah. Oh, those were times. Yeah, you don't even get a booklet anymore. No. It is very nice to be able to install something without being online, especially for older PCs and games. Before internet, that was the way. It was the way, and it was a good way. Let's see if Leon Kennedy has a good way. Capcom says Leon Kennedy is a bad match for horror games like Resident Evil Requiem. Resident Evil Requiem, also known as Resident Evil 9, stars Grace Ashcroft, the presumed daughter of Resident Evil Outbreak's Alyssa Ashcroft. The decision to cast a new character in the lead role isn't unheard of for Resident Evil. The last two games have starred Ethan Winters, who was also new at that time. However, fans of the series might have expected a familiar face such as Leon S. Kennedy to appear as the playable character. During the Capcom showcase for June 2025, the developer publisher explained why Leon specifically isn't a good fit for Requiem. We always thought about making Leon the protagonist, a developer said during the showcase, but making a horror game based around him is difficult. He wouldn't jump at something like a bucket falling. No one wants to see Leon scared by every little thing. So he's actually quite a bad match for horror. Grace, meanwhile, is said to be an FBI analyst who is trained with guns, but must learn to overcome some of her fears over the course of the game's story, as she is initially introverted and easily scared. Which makes sense, makes a lot of sense. Leon has seen already all kinds of shit, right? And he should be around 50 years old in this time frame. So he is very experienced with all kinds of evil, bad situation all over the world, actually, right? He had his main appearance in Resident Evil 2, then he was seen in Resident Evil 4, of course, and in the very, very, very bad Resident Evil 6, he had also his own timeline there too. I think that makes all sense. And what I have seen all of Resident Evil 9, I actually enjoyed so far visually. I think it's fine. I think they're gonna make money with that new installment, with the latest one. I hope they don't fuck it up story-wise like too much. I hope they're gonna stick with the horror elements in it. Because I enjoyed 7. I enjoyed the 8 even more. Find 8 like a good installment. A good return to more horror and keeping the gameplay like very, very enjoying, you know. I think that's a good call there. Not to make Leon the main protagonist. Leon has pulled many trains with Claire. He is an expert. Last one I played was 5. 5, yeah. 5 was also good. We're gonna see if they're gonna remake 5. Many say no. I don't see a real reason why they couldn't. You know, if you can remake other Resident Evils, killing white zombies, you can make it to kill black zombies for once again. And I don't think it's like a very fucking controversial thought of mine. We have here a little controversial thought. 5 was meh. It was okay. It was not like the best installment. It was something way newer, super action driven. But 6 was like, no. Anyway, Fortnite player allegedly cheated to win $6K US in a competitive tournament. Now he owes Epic $175,000 US. and is banned from the game forever. Why do you put that in quotation mark? Is it not real? Stupid. Epic is celebrating a legal win over an alleged Fortnite cheater who now owes the company $175,000 after ignoring a lawsuit filed late last year. That money is going straight to charity, but it represents the one heck of a chunk of a change compared with the $6,000 the player apparently won by cheating in a competitive tournament. Back in December 2024, Epic said on Twitter that it filed a lawsuit against a player who cheated in our tournaments. This player used cheating software and hardware and tried to avoid getting caught by using multiple accounts. I don't know how that really works, all this cheating, how he managed to pull that off, and they just realized it way later and all that. Weird. Today, the company says the judge ruled in our favor after the cheater ignored our lawsuit. The player is required to pay $175,000 and will donate that we collect to charity. They are also banned from playing Fortnite forever. I don't know what this article says with they. Is it like a fucking gender thing, a non-binary thing, or are there multiple players now and not only one, like the Epic mentioned itself? Or is it just a typo? Is it just a brain fart? Who knows? I've just found it weird why they. While Epic did not provide any more details about the legal actions on social media, IGN has a bit more info from the lawsuit itself. Sebastian Araújo is named as the cheater, with Epic alleging that the player had participated in 839 tournaments over the course of 4 months, winning at least $6,850 in cash prizes. That's not a lot. Is it even worth to cheat, and how he cheated really? Did they show it in the lawsuits documents? I don't know really. Maybe IGN has more info. I doubt it though. So in 4 months, 839 tournaments, that's a fucking lot. That's work. I think give him the money, man. Give him the money. That's like serious work, participating in all those tournaments in 4 months. That's not a big win either, even if it was a legal win. For all those tournaments, holy shit. He didn't say it such short words, but that is what he alluded to. He said they would have to rewrite the story. I enjoyed 5 quite a bit, but could not get into 4. I know, hot take. I had 4 like on the original version on the GameCube. Bought it pretty early on, I think even on release. Never played it on the original GameCube. I played it actually here the first time on this channel in my Resident Evil series playthroughs. And only with the emulator with a little bit adjustment in the controls, it was, for me, fun, I have to say. Last year, Epic made a... while the court note amount sought by plaintiff exceedingly surpasses defendant's alleged actual gain, $6,850, court documents say defendant took significant measures to conceal the true scope of his cheating activities by creating multiple fake accounts and employing a hardware spoofer to circumvent detections. Really? Maybe he just used regular VMware workstation, meaning you can create different virtual PCs. Maybe he did that just because he wanted different accounts and have like the overview of all virtual stations somehow. I don't think he knew really what he was doing at that point. But that's all speculation, the same speculation they have, that he used a spoofer hardware. Really, for that amount of money, this little amount of money in that amount of tournaments. They are thinking too high of this cheater, in my opinion. Last year, Epic made clear that it was ramping up legal action against cheaters. I mean, that's a good stance overall. And those efforts paid off in a separate settlement against another alleged cheater earlier this year. As our friends at PC Gamer reported at that time, the player was forced to donate the winnings to charity, banned from tournaments for life, forced to issue a public apology, and all but sent to his room without dinner. What a funny phrase at the end. Games Radar pulled it off once more. It's a little bit cringe there, but whatever. Yeah, what do you think about cheaters? And this case seems a little bit weird. Do they know really that one guy, or did they have just a name attached to an IP? I don't know. Rumble has been complete as all night. Well, I told you use a VPN, Eden, but you don't listen. Use a VPN. Start listening. I would have liked it more if I played it when it came out, but I never played 4 until after I played 5 or 4. 5 and 4 felt more primitive. Yeah, that's what I said. The controls very stiff on the actual GameCube back then. The PS2 version, which came out a little bit later, might have been better. I don't know. VPN slowed it too. You have chosen the wrong server. VPN down below, a link for Proton VPN. Usually works pretty well. Select a Swiss server, just saying, you know. Just saying. Let's get through those last pieces here. Switch 2 permabans are so permanent that not even Nintendo itself can overturn them, as one user named Twinkling discovered to their horror. That's actually a wild story. So this one guy, or rather somebody in the family named the account Twinkling, and that was the reason for Nintendo to ban the whole console, as far as they tell us, from their network. So the console, the Switch 2, is bricked. The console Switch 2 is bricked because somebody made this name as the account name. I think that might be a lawsuit actually against Nintendo, but they probably have no money and nobody is interested. And Nintendo Switch 2 owner with in my opinion, hilariously named username Twinkling had their system permanently banned recently, apparently because Nintendo didn't find it so amusing. They contacted the support staff, who allegedly laughed and found the incident amusing, but the final update isn't so funny. This player generously lets everyone in their family use their Switch 2, but this has somehow led to their sister's username being changed to Twinkling. If you've seen Link in any of the modern Zelda games, he is a bit of a twink, especially in Breath of the Wild, which the family was all so excited to play until this system ban. It's got even a little bit wilder. A full system ban means you can't access any of the online aspects of the Switch 2. You may think that just means no multiplayer, which isn't too bad, but it's worse. You can't even use the eShop, which means you can't buy digital games or even download ones you've previously purchased. In a final edit to their original Reddit post, unluckily player writes, permanent system bans cannot be revoked by Nintendo at all. At least not by first call center workers, for sure. I was told to return my system and use the latest save data cloud backups. I feel kind of trashy doing that because GameStop will inevitably sell it to another customer and the code is no longer in the box. I don't know, you have to report back to me about that. Is GameStop that shady? Is GameStop that stupid and just to resell or like returns without taking a closer look? Why and all that? Despite Nintendo telling that guy, go and give it back and you will get a new console, would be weird, right? But I have not a lot of experience with GameStop, so you need to tell me. Ahoy, Bimo, with a medium white candle. I'm surprised this is apparently the official advice for the support from the support team, as I wouldn't have assumed people would get refunded for bricked consoles. And unless others have the options to buy secondhand banned consoles for a hugely discounted rate, someone is going to be getting a very raw deal here. So don't try to be cute with your username. Nintendo, in my opinion, can go suck a big D. How stupid, how fucking full of yourself you have to be to ban a user who named their account Twinkling. I don't see anything offensive in Twinkling. If it would be, I don't know, Nintendo go suck a dick, you will be not able to do it. I'm pretty sure dick is banned in their vocabularies for usernames. But for Twinkling, Nintendo, really? Are you that small-minded? Are you that insecure? Are you that pathetic? Nintendo is just getting less and less fucking credits from me, man, I'm telling you. Especially just banning the console, and he has to send it in. Nintendo, of course, can unban that from the system. It's just a fucking database entry. It's not a big deal. That's just wild, man. That's just wild. I'm assume it's not a big deal. It's only a database. It might be, who knows? It might be that the console itself, after they get like a signal from the servers, banned console, that the console makes an entry into their firmware somehow. And the whole firmware from the very beginning on is now like corrupted in a sense, and they have to update the firmware, like locally attach a USB cable to a PC and all that, you know. It might be the case. That might be the reason why you have to send it in, so they can update the firmware, you know, to make it work again. I can see that. I really can see that too. Because it has no more online activity, right? It's not allowed to connect to the network. So yeah, I see that happening actually. Oi, Tiny Panda! Twinkling versus Bear Bowser. Yeah, I don't see. I just that's a fucking stupid move by Nintendo. That's all I can say. Black Swiss lol. Are there black people in Switzerland? A few. We have black people. We have actually every year like an Eritrean, do you say it? Eritrean festival. They gather that and do like Eritrean stuff. I don't know what that might be, because I'm not interested in such gatherings and such festivals. But yes, we have black people. Eden wants to be a black people, but she's not. She just wishes. Maybe Ike is black on the inside. Oh, I am very black on the inside. I'm all the colors. Twinkling is a clever name. It's nothing offensive. That's my point. Clever or not. Twinkling to the ass. Sure, Godzilla. Online services have no humor. That's not even about humor. It's about you abusing your powers you have at this point. I don't think you have a saying in the username selections and wordings, if it's not like really offensive for the whole community, like anal ass sucking whatever as a username, and showing that to children might be not the best idea, might be not the best thing, you know. But even that you could circumvent with filters, you know, with parental little locks on your system for your children you don't want to see and connect to users with offensive names, whatever that might be. But yes, Nintendo getting from day to day less and less fucking credits from me and sympathy. Not at all, man. Not at all. Nintendo gets away with virtually everything they do, so not surprised. Yeah, I wish somebody, some lawyer, some attorney would see that attorney would see that and get in contact with that guy, with the whole family, and makes a case out of that, man. Because you now have to do work for their stupidity, for their fucking zero common sense, in my opinion. That's wild. That's just fucking wild. You know what's wild? At least that's what Microsoft thinks. PlayStation PC games are now on Xbox, sort of. While there are some major Xbox releases coming to PS5, this year the content sharing is largely still on one direction. Sony doesn't seem to be in a hurry to let its big franchise games play on Xbox Sandbox. But thanks to an update for the Xbox PC app, you'll be able to see some top PlayStation games, sort of. Microsoft has unveiled the new aggregated gaming library feature of the Xbox PC app, which allows users to see their games from all PC storefronts, including Epic and Steam. As reported by The Verge's Tom Warren, that means PlayStation games like Spider-Man Miles Morales that were ported to PC can also show up in the Xbox app. That's not big news. That's also like, you just use your common sense. I reported on Microsoft doing like the overhaul on their Xbox app, and everything is in Xbox, so no surprise there that they check your Steam library and show it. What a big surprise. A little nice news. We don't have time to watch that, unfortunately. It's already 1 hour over. But I want to mention this little game here because I find it very interesting that they make still such game. Terminator 2D No Fate looks like a long-lost Mega Drive classic in new gameplay trailers. Do they show us the price for it and the release date? And still not. Oh no, 5th September. Hopefully. The 5th of September. So I want just to show visually. Some of you might be a fan of that. For me, it looks visually like a mix of Contra with Metal Slug. Like the movement is absolutely Contra, but the play style, like moving back and forth a little bit, getting different weapons. You can hide here. The cover is a big part of this game. It looks nice. It just looks nice, you know.
To dodge enemy fire.
It just looks nice.
Most of the levels are run and gun.
What do you think about this game? Is that something for you? I guess depends on the price, right? If it's gonna be released on GOG for $20, I am very intrigued. I'm very intrigued. Just saying. Contra meets Metal Slug, destroying the Terminators. Aki so black, he qualified for reparations. Oh, I wish. What was it? 40 acres and a mule, or 40 mules and an acre? Something like that. Nintendo is the only company that hates free advertisement and does copyright strike against gamers playing their games on YouTube channels. Yeah, they're very famous for that. Very strange. They put even people in jail right away and swatted their places, man. It's wild. Nintendo, I think Nintendo's gone overboard. This disastrous Borderlands movie gets the faintest of praise from Gearbox boss Randy Pitchford, who says it's a miracle the film even exists, which makes it amazing in his eyes. Just want to point it out that this guy who said like, true fans will pay and will find ways to pay for Borderlands 4. True fans. If you're broke, just say so. The same guy praised kind of the Borderlands movie. I am gonna just show you this frame of the movie. Like visually, you might think, oh yeah, actually, I see Borderlands. It was a massive pile of shit. Big fucking bomb. Big fucking bomb. Terminator 2D looks cool. It looks very cool in my opinion. Wait, is the yellow one small or on purpose? You never realized that? Since when are you following me and using those candles ever eaten? Like 1.5 years, almost 2 years now? Probably longer. We have the BBC, the big black candle. We have the MWC, the medium white candle. It's a little bit smaller. It's been in between of the black and the yellow small candle. Yes, it's intentionally smaller. For no apparent reason, by the way. For no apparent reason. How have I only just noticed this? Yeah, who knows what's going on in your head? I had high hopes for BL, but I gave up on it after BL2. Yeah, BL3 was lame. I just got Tiny Tina's Wonderland for Epic for free 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. No interest. I'm just getting it, that stuff. I'm just getting their free games. Nintendo is disgusting. Nintendo has become disgusting, for sure. And now is, yes, I agree. Godzilla. I like the art, though, of Borderlands, and have been for a long time. I don't know about for a long time. I don't know, really. Reminds me of Metallicant and LimeWire. Metallicant. Or was Metallica like being the driving force for LimeWire cases? Our real fans pay for their music. Really? Yeah, that's always a stupid statement. You know, you can have real fans who are fucking broke for real. Those companies, I mean, they are corporations. They want to make money. I get that part. I absolutely understand that. But stay away from referring to calling your fans broke in any way or form with different synonyms, you know? Don't mention anything about it. You want to make money, fine, but don't blame your fans to be not real fans just because they can't afford your sometimes overpriced games. That's fucking stupid. That's fucking stupid. BBC, bitches be crazy. Which bitches though? I mean, I heard once the phrase all women are bitches. So are all women crazy? Is there like a crazy genes and it refers only to the females part of our species? That's crazy. That's crazy. Or like that statue in New York, big black cunt. Oh, yeah, that was a stupid stunt too. I do have BL3, but meh, same here. Since the Wii days, at least they have been assholes. Maybe. And if I look at the way Nintendo treated developers, you could go back to the NS with their fuck bakery. All the women are crazy, Ike. Just different variables, levels of crazy. There you have it. She just confirmed it. Tiny Panda Face just confirmed it. All women are bitches crazy. She didn't put the word bitches anymore in that phrase, you know, but I know what she did there. I know what she means. But she doesn't want to refer to all women as bitches. Might find it offensive or some stuff. I don't know. Anyway, we made 1 hour of news as usual, Monday through Friday, every day. 10 a.m. news, games, some show stuff, some movie stuff. Here, the more the chat is full and talking to me, the less news I can present and talk with you like with very selective little portions in the news sphere out there. So it's up to the viewers. The more the show up, the more fun it will get for sure. I mean, I was like couldn't sleep yesterday, so I was in Tiny Pandas and Phoenix chat actually, and the fucking game didn't move, man. Like they kept on fucking talking to the chat nonstop. Popcorn sometimes, or corn pop, it's the other way around. Got a little bit serious sometimes. Just straight up the answer. Come on, move on, guys. Stop talking about your stupid fucking high school or whatever year's book quote you have, Tiny Panda. I was like, I want to see the game actually a little bit more. But I contributed to stupidity, just saying. I saw forms and figures and creatures and things that wasn't there, but so it was my fault too. Just want to say. Naughty Dog, fuck them for copyright striking The Last of Us 2 disaster. That's a big part why they got fucked over. Very, very much. I'm pretty good in the sweet spot of the graph, e.g. hot versus crazy. Yeah. I don't know about the crazy part that much, because I never met you like live. The hotness, yeah. I would do Eden. Just saying. I would do Eden still. Phoenix and I do go on silly rampages over dumb shit. Dumb shit? Absolutely retarded shit. Speaking of retarded, if you follow that channel, you are part of the fellowship of retards. I keep reminding people about that. I mean, you're not going to get right now an alert for that, but on the regular streams, which are going to come tomorrow one, I don't know what time, I'm going to keep playing Evil West and music selection by you. By you. The music selection in the background is by you. Just pointing that out. Hey, baby. Thank you so much for hanging out with us and contributing to the silliness. It was a little bit crazy. Anyhow, I thank everybody being here today. I hope you enjoyed or got angry with me on some news. Especially fuck Nintendo, for sure. Sony news, I mean, I don't think anything is going to change for Sony or for us. It's just a waste of money and time. But fuck Nintendo. Fuck Nintendo. Have a good one till tomorrow. And if you're not going to watch me tomorrow, Monday, Friday, 10 a.m. Bye-bye. No Eden. No titties. By the way, how do you like this tune? Is it annoying? It's like the outro and the intro countdown waiter. Is it okay? Is it annoying? I love it. It's fine. Oh my god, this ending is so cool. Well, thanks to Steve Green, who made the Social Ninja streamer for free, ad-free even, for every fucking body who streams on any platform actually. Crazy dude. Thank you everybody. Have a good one. Bye-bye.